You can't walk very far in these parts without being greeted with a War Eagle. And boy, do they hope it will be a joyous one today. Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium and the home of the Auburn Tigers. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Washington Huskies, taking on a team from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. Coming out with it, it's Benedict. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So the Auburn Tigers offense will get the first crack at it here. And here comes the big fella, a staple of this aerial attack, Jesse.
And he's a guy they can line up all over the field, David. There's matchups out there waiting to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, and it's so nice to be able to do that. It makes it easy to play quarterback when you can feature a guy like this that's fast, big, and strong.
First down here for the offense. Power football with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Pulls and throws out the RPO. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I love defenses that can tackle the catch. Right away, you're not giving up any yak. As soon as that player has the ball, he goes down now.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. Auburn sends out the punting unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. The Huskies offense will have its first possession of the game. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Running back searching for a hole. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. This is an opportunity to show your offense you believe in them. Their opening drive of the game, still in their own territory, going for it on 4th down. At the 40, there he goes. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play moves to change for the 1st down.
Yeah, I like it. I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going for it in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. He's right on target.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
And the Huskies will line it up on 1st and 10. Powers forward but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. On the option. He'll toss it. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Leaves it with the running back. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskies.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Fielded in the end zone. It's Applewhite. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Fires left, and he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
2nd and 10 here. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Didn't have any better luck going back to him on second down. Now they're staring at 3rd and 10.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
And you don't want to start this game with 2 straight punts. Big 3rd down opportunity coming here. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. They'll throw it to the back on the screen.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
And it's a great punt. Obviously, he gives himself time to let his guys get down the field, get in position. Remember, don't let that thing cross the goal line. Try to keep it inside the 10. Nice job down in the football, setting your defense up for great field position.
Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down.
Man, that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get 1st downs. They throw the football. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college football getting 1st downs. They are so hard to defend.
Now from their own 20-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Trying the left side. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Trying to impose their will with the run. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Handoff to the lone back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Did a great job by the linebacker. You can tell, starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. And after that 1st quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd. You want to talk about aggressive or nuts? This offense is staying on the field inside their own 30. On 4th down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Line gets set, 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, with his speed, they're going to keep blitzing him over and over because you'll get results like that right there. It kind of reminds you of Joe Kelly, a great linebacker at Washington in the 80s, or maybe Mason Foster as well. Those guys can go sideline to sideline, but they could also blitz. This guy...
And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for me.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Washington sends out the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Discards a man.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
Trying play action. Lost one deep down the right side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. This Auburn offense doing work. They're set up with another 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Safe completion on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
And it's no good. He missed it. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. Finds his tight end. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Makes the grab. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. The give to the back. Smashes through. They knock him down inside the 30 at the 29. It's a pickup of 6. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Handoff to the single back. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 1 for 2 on 4th down attempts so far, and we will get a 3rd attempt here. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. There was no reason to hesitate on the sideline there. Just keep the offense out and go for it.
Dude, 4th and inches. If I can't get inches, I deserve to lose football games. So I'm going for it on 4th and inches every single time.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
This time they'll go to the running game. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
It's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Washington. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Farmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Auburn sends out the punting unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He gets a block, and the returner will be brought down. Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum in your offense.
6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Out of the backfield, he's open. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing 1st downs together like this makes it hard to defend. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Washington.
This offense believes you are given 4 downs for a reason. You've got to use all of them. 2 for 3 so far today. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Grab near the marker. It's McClain. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Flips it out in the flat. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give. Headed to the end zone. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Here's 1st and goal, and they could go to the locker room with a huge cushion. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Huskies. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. After that, there might be a few extra tackling drills in practice this week.
Listen, when you only got one guy there, it makes it really hard to get to the ground. You need a swarm. Where are my other guys? You got to get 1, 2, 3 more guys to the football to make sure you get them on the ground.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Wisconsin is ahead early inside Camp Randall, but that's not exactly Ron Dane out there running the ball. This game is a long way from over. They're up by 7 over Michigan. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Going to try to get it himself. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Now on 1st down from the 30. He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. It's complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Auburn lines up quickly. He's looking to throw it. He's got his man. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a 1st down. He wants to throw. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. And it's 3rd down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. It is... gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Here's the handoff. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set here in the 2nd half as Auburn about to kick it off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
1st and 10. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this league, David, if I were allowed to bring him out and push passes. I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? On the option. He'll pitch it. And that one will go and reverse the defense all over that pitch on the option.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Handoff from the gun. Nice move there.
You see, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it then? Well, you call it so 3rd down becomes an easier down. It's not 3rd and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
The Tigers get the 1st down.
He had a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
All right, you dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
The play action fake. And the blitz gets to him just like that.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying.
Smashes it between the uprights. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Got 8 on 1st down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. Got his man on the right. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield and he moves the sticks.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. He slings it deep to the left. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield. Maybe a little frustrated after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 from the 38. They'll leave it with him. Showing off the arms. Give him 88 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
This offense all game long has been running really well, and I'm really impressed by how well they've recruited at the running back position. They've got some dynamic players coming into the game at different points, spelling each other, keeping each other fresh, and they're hurting this defense.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. Down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. And now the offense will come onto the field again. And a flag flies as the pass is incomplete. Let's see who it's on. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd down, going up top. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on 1st down. Auburn hopes to get War Eagle flying in this red zone trip. He'll just keep slinging it. Pocket starts to collapse. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. Couldn't find his man last time. Now they'll have to convert 3rd and 4. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down. Looking to the end zone. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Shoots through that hole and picks up 5. He's out to the 11.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
How about the left side of the line getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, making a big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, they showed no indication that they could stop it.
I like to go back to it and hurry up. Get to the line of scrimmage quick, run it again.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. He leaves it with the back. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Got his man quickly. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide out in motion. With jet sweep pass. Past the 25. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and is going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Dialing up a second down pass play. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Touchdown, Washington! And the pummeling has started.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
He'll bring it out. It's Benedict. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Setting up the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Swings it out to the flat. Tripped up for the tackle.
And a running back who can take a dump-off pass like that and take it for a gain, it can really be a quarterback's best friend. It's an easy way to rack up touches, but also get the ball to your playmaker in open space.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Grab near the marker. It's Thomas. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He chucks one out to the right. Wide open, he makes the catch.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs, just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
He leaves it with his back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that...
Touchdown, Huskies! And the stomping has commenced. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the fourth, and they are going to go to 7-0. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Arkansas needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Fayetteville behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by 11 to Texas. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They're trying to get to it. They're setting up the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down. This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he intercepts it. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Leaves it with the back. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They go to the ground. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
They'll try the run. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. Operating in the red zone here on second down. After the run, now to throw. Into the end zone. Grab near the sticks. It's Winston. Touchdown, Huskies! And the beatdown has ensued. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you've got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the right. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. He's going to pass. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback, but I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought it was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
A little release to the back. And the ball's loose in the backfield. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Quick handoff. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. Washington comes to the line with a 1st and goal.
Let's go.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Washington. And the punishment has been extended. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
49, Auburn, 6.
He'll bring it out. It's Applewhite. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Ball spotted at the 21. It's 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Morton.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Fires to the wideout. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
They'll pull him down after a pickup of 5 down to the 23. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. They'll try to get the 1st through the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
On 4th down, they'll run it looking for the 1st. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Open.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And this will be a bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right hash. Never a doubt. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Fielded in the end zone, it's Applewhite. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. We'll see what this offense can do sitting inside its own 20. They'll throw it on first down. Almost had the completion, just missed it. Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on second. He's looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Makes the grab, and he's dragged down.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on him, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Gets it out quickly. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. He unleashed that one, some serious spin rates, some revolutions on that one.
You want to talk about velocity? How about the arm talent this kid has? I love watching him throw these curl routes. He's in rhythm, he takes his steps, and man, when he decides to pull the trigger, watch out.
Working the middle, it's complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Got it set up on the outside. Still running at the 40. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. They want to just keep throwing it. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on second down. Makes the grab. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift. A late touchdown.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
This is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
Rides to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TF foul.
And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on third down. He's got his man. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Looking to move the chains. Washington now on fourth down.
Let's go! Griffin! Griffin!
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the first down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. And listen, catch the football, understand fourth and short, the situation, and then go get that first down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
They're getting this guy lathered up. And he's brought down after a nice game.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So, listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. keeping it on the ground with the running back. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense. We got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the...
To the end zone, and it's picked off.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
Fires to the tight end. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. On second down, just keeps firing. Caught close to the marker. It's Spears. He's run out of bounds.